How are things going this week?
Is it just slurry?
I think
Forest? Yeah.
it's just kind of a slurry ball.
This was poured against some of the existing structure.
Yeah.
So it's not slurry. It's a panel that you would pour into.
My tower deal, I thought there's a panel that is pouring.
Yeah, you use plywood
Yep.
panels and support. You're pouring behind.
It looked like my basement where they throw me a slurry.
Yeah, so at one point it was the stone, like you can see, they must have poured over it
It bones.
Yeah, it's
when they connected the new building.
There's that yet.
And all of the books are over at the
Community center. Yeah, the community center. Most of them. They have some at the town building, but most of them
that's what okay. This was created to
I think there used to be duct
duct.
so it's taking things
That
out,
was
not
in
putting
the
things
70s
in.
for you had a cluster was living in the floor.
Gotcha.
There was not enough structure high over. This is the red list. We want steps to use to come out.
I was just going to ask you that, but it was that
Yeah, so it had some. It probably had some granite support. They needed something clean to close up. So they looks like they added these two little columns and attached it. Yeah.
I thought it looks different. Wow.
So these are all new, right, Dan?
Yeah.
These are all, you just put all this stuff in for support?
This is all 1970s.
Oh, this is?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. The
let's bring you.
floor above us is hardwood. Yeah, it's like and this used to be on the outside of the building. You could walk in under the arch. So this was getting rain. So I assume this used to be stonework or like that. So they filled that in and they put wood flooring over that.
No. No, it looks brand new.
Yeah. So there's 3 or 4 renovations that were that
3 or
have
4
taken-
iterations, really?
that had taken place. Yeah.
And
There was
that-
a
so-
room added in 1920. I don't know which one it was. So.
It's okay. And then 1970.
So 1920 was the Whitney room, so this
Get back in.
Yep.
this turned in above.
Gotcha, with what was added. Yep. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 underneath the Whitney Road. Yeah, this was the before, a couple of months ago. So they took the opportunity to do a bunch of upgrades at the time.
We had a huge green business here. Green, I'm doing some.
Yep. Well, we got the $500,000
That's right.
decarbonization
Yeah,
grant.
yep.
So we will be fully electric.
Good.
Yes, if we can get a transformer. Well, it seems to have transformers available.
Oh my God.
But yes, we'll be fully electric.
Good. Yeah, it's good you don't need it for a while, right? Pay for it now. Got it now.
And you got like,
Yeah.
guys,
I'll be very careful because I can force one a lot of shape, so.
So this used to be the children's section.
Yeah. And so when you say that it was a children's section in, like, now.
Yes.
It was, the whole thing. Yeah, that's a little disorienting because we usually have to go up the stairs.
Yes.
So,
And it's all
yeah.
And so these windows are coming out. This, whatever this was, is all going to be.
Is that the part of the building that was always leaking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We had put in a tarp on the inside because it was raining.
so Tina, the Josie has been, it was a really nice time.
It was a really nice tarp. They did a good job. They funneled it through a hole. Yes. Yeah, it was good.
Sorry you didn't.
That's great. That's great.
Yep. And then the amphitheater, I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was like a stadium seating of cement. So that is all gone. That's right up here.
sure, I'll go. Then it's cut on it.
And was that used right up till closure?
No, it was
Never used.
I mean, I shouldn't say never. I don't know about
Correct.
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It was very didn't seem very high steps, so hard to navigate.
Well, those were meant, the high stuff was meant for seated.
Seating, yeah.
Steps, it was kind of
So
unpredictable.
maybe it was back in the day, but
That's, I think that helps too. That's the
You always like him that this is going to be a new
Yes.
kind of ornamental entrance almost, but
We're restoring the historic entrance. So
Yeah.
this will be lowered with stairs
Yes.
and an area that people can then sit on and
then it gives us a big ramp.
Under the arch?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Oh,
the arch
that's
will be
lovely.
the original. That was the original entrance to the house, so that's what we're restoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll also give us the ramp on the sidewalk for access over there.
Yes. From the turret is going to be the teen room, so you'll actually get dedicated to the space now that they don't have.
That's
currently.
glorious.
Currently, they're just sitting in the middle of the library, so they'll have
Yeah,
dedicated
they'll have
space that they can
actual
hang
space.
out in, or put their books in and hang out outside.
That's terrific.
This will be really fantastic. When this is restored, it will
Yes.
really look nice. I'm excited
Oh, it's,
about
it's
this.
so great to see it like this, because to see it when it's restored and open, like, yeah, it's just going to be it's always a bit of a challenge to just
I know.
like shade.
And it's such a grand entrance. I can't wait to see how they're going to do that. We were hoping they were going to have the glass out this
Now,
week.
is this 1920 or is it earlier than
1892.
1892? Yes, Stow's,
That's how I knew it.
Stow's been around. Stow has been around, as we know, from our Patriots Day minute.
Yes.
Yeah, so over here, this is just a temporary stair that we're using during construction. We removed a two-section concrete ramp from this wall. This will be rebuilt into just a concrete stoop with stairs down, and then it'll continue on to two walkways, one to the sidewalk and one around back for mechanical access.
Okay.
And then we have a large concrete ramp that'll get dressed over and come out to Crescent Street from the main arched entrance that we just looked at.
Yes. Thank you. Out.
So the toughest part of renovation is touching the old stuff and being careful, but not just being careful, but to marry the two parts together. That's the challenge. We're not doing a lot of disruptive work in this area, which is good news.
It is amazing now when you look at that and what it's look like. Floor and upstairs, I'm sure it's the same deal with the windows, getting them all stored and.
Yeah, so
Upstairs now. Okay.
there's an attic above us, but it's very limited. So yeah, so the same.
Yeah, I've been to the attic and that has does that have any windows?
It does.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So,
Yeah. The store when you was hurt. Jackson.
So
Yes. Wait.
this will become separate, like a meeting room. Like, I think this one's called the choir room. But in any case, we're going to we're going to fill in these two doorways. One will get filled in with wall. This one has an arch in it existing. We'll build a new arched window assembly in there with a door in it to make this room private again. I believe we're replacing this one door, at least with hardware. And essentially this room is just going to get turned back into the way it is now will be pretty much the way it finishes off. We're replacing ductwork in the ceiling, so the ceiling will be removed. We'll replace the ductwork and then we'll close that back up as well.
That's all.
And then the wood floors underneath will stay the way they are. And then if you didn't catch earlier, I just mentioned that there'll be an additional 3 windows on this upper level facing out towards Crescent Street that'll be added back in. They were abandoned years ago for the skylight detail. So that's pretty exciting.
Exciting stuff. Thank you. Real lot.
Yeah, I'm going to
Correct.
It still makes it sound because that's so sad. Right? I don't know what this cap is called.
So, well, you could just call it like a water table. It's meant to push water off,
that makes
further
sense.
out. Yeah.
So then why is there like a beautiful archway there? Was that at some point when they first built the building? Because if you, like I just said, if you look at it even before the 70s edition, it was square.
So the square is meant to hold up the decorative. So it's functional, but it's more decorative. So they cut the shapes, the striations into that stone. So this outer layer is really doing the job of just holding up that piece of that band detail.
But I guess the question is, did
So
they put that detail up in the 70s?
No. So structurally, this is what the wall needs to jump over this opening.
Okay.
So the weight of this brick above is pushing down all the time. So the arch is meant to push it to either side of the window opening. So this
yes.
Yeah, so there's 2 structures going on here. So
Yeah.
that's the structure of the of the main piece of the wall. And then above this square opening, there's a piece of metal inserted just to hold up that band of stone. And if there was any layer of brick above that, then the lintel would also help hold that. So that's not a renovation, that would have been done originally. So when we pulled the old beams out of this corner, that piece of metal toppled out.
Gotcha.
So it'll go back the way it was with steel hiding in there. You don't see the, yeah, so you can see the,
With an idea.
Yes. Yeah.
so, yeah, so this band, there should be a metal lintel kind of helping support that piece of stone. Sometimes it's notched into the back of the stone piece, and sometimes it's underneath it.
Excited. So is the plan to try and recreate this
Yeah, so
pedestal thing? Lid?
the lead detail is going to go away because it's not doing that work anymore.
Yep.
This will be inside the building now, as you know. So the lead goes away, we cut that out, we find brick to match into this, and we replace the missing sections of that band piece. Everything else gets filled in. So they'll have little jacks in here holding different pieces up if it's holding weight. And then they'll insert the brick and then they move the jack a little bit at a time.
Are you able to use the red brick that you're taking down from the wall over there to fill in?
No, it's not the same.
Oh, and believe me, I know it's not the same.
We're trying. We were hoping to get like a couple of panels of old material that we could reuse. Like the example is at this corner, at the far corner here. That's getting pulled back to where the old addition line is there.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. So, but this is no longer a wall above us.
Yep.
So we'll be able to sheet all of that brick for reuse.
Okay.
And then the new column is going to end kind of where the top of this column. So there'll be like a hard corner here in brick, and then it'll be open to the rest.
Yeah.
So right, so we can make use of anything that matches up with the old material. And then you decide whether you intermingle other materials or whether you just use that in one specific location. And then Luke, we have a detail here that above where the lead is, there'll be like a nice decorative brick detail that'll kind of poke out at you. So it'll have texture to it. The bricks will be twisted out into
Yes,
three
that's
dimensions.
right. Yep. And then we're putting on the base of this the same thing that we're putting on the base of the new.
Right.
Addition,
So this will be exterior now, right? But at the connection point, we'll have, full height glass.
Yes, but I mean on the bottom of the turret, we're matching the stonework there with the stonework that's going to be on the bottom of the new building.
That's right.
I think we were trying to tie that together.
Yes. Yeah. So they'll be decorative. We call it veneer brick. Veneer stone. It's not
Yep.
thick material. It just gets glued on. It's with mortar.
Yeah.
I hate to say glued because I don't like the sound of that, but it's set with mortar.
Oh, Tina, you can see. You see up there now.
And then above us, these windows and door become open because people will be able to look out and see the stairway, and access from the stairway will be behind me here. But so that some of this gets removed and then railings will be put in there.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you'll have-
because I think the upside of the stairs is sort of facing the turret. So going up will be
that's right.
like somewhere else like here. So maybe there, and then you turn around and go up this measure them stuff.
Right. There's two stairs kind of where I'm standing.
Yes.
One is to get us up into this floor.
Yes.
This will be lower. The new addition will be lower than this piece is. So you'll step up 5 or 6 steps, and then to your left will be the main stairway to go to the second level.
Or you can take the elevator up the 5 or 6 steps. So yes, yep.
And then obviously that hunk of crazy wall over there is getting removed completely. We're just using it as temporary support for that. So
Yeah, when that goes up, it's holding up all the earth. Will Fox and Barton were out here yesterday with all day doing testing.
yeah, so I'll lean on Alan was with them after I left, so I'll lean on Alan to explain. But essentially they're just saying we collect anything that we dig from here forward, I believe.
No.
And I'm not sure if we're sending it to a managed site, but that's what it sounds like.
What is that slab with concrete right there?
I was just holding up, believe it or not, that was holding up a piece of equipment. So I don't know why it had to be that large, but
Oh.
normally they're like 3 or 4 inches, but it was a bigger piece of equipment there. So
When I was the second when I
Yeah, so we can go back to the vault discussion.
Oh yeah.
So what used to happen was the vault was over here,
Okay.
and it wrapped behind, it started kind of as this column, came around, and the doorway was facing out.
That is in here.
I'm not sure how it was tied in completely, but yeah, so that probably was a document.
Sure.
Well, because the town buildings used to hold on to people's teeth and all that.
Yeah. Yes. When I worked in Swampskip, we were at a mansion. One of the founders of General Electric, it was his house that became the town hall, and we had these giant vaults all over the place.
It's still on.
So what happened to the vault? Was it just like a big...
During the 75 renovation, it was just removed. It was probably masonry with a steel door.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly how it looked. Who knows? There might be an old photo somewhere for that one.
I don't think I've just seen like a diagram, no like actual picture was cut. You turn up. Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay.
So were these colors put in the 70s, or were they all?
So this is 1920.
Yeah, this is this is...
Yeah, no, oh.
So 1920, they must have put those in.
Okay. Look at this bump out.
I'm not sure.
Why? Or just supporting always?
Yeah, it might be. It was already a run without support. I mean,
Right.
These beams are fairly generous, but they probably didn't want the bounce. So they you never know. We guess at it all the time whether they were added just because the floor was bouncy or not.
It's just funny because it's there's from the middle of kind of this room with then I don't know. Then again, we lived with holes in the children's room, so like
Yeah. So before, the holes in the wall tell us that there was a wood burning or an oil burning furnace down here when this room was added, right?
Could have been the kitchen.
Okay. So,
We can guess until somebody tells us differently.
well, thing.
In our top. So it kind of was in a way clever that they hid the ductwork under the floor in here to at least get the big stuff out, moving into the building. Because there's really no overhead space here.
Right. All right, okay.
thank you. Thank you. And if you remember the 70s edition, you had your office hours here.
Yes.
So we need space for people to hang out.
Yep. And light. I mean, the light will be so different
Yeah.
with all of this. It's
The windows.
everything else.
We use windows, I know, natural light.
Naturally. Well, a lot of people were complaining about the design, and it's like, but if you look at it from the inside out,
Yes, that's
it's
where
different
that's
for
where and
staff.
how.
Staff
Yep.
are in like the dark all the time. It means nothing. So
It's really
This brings it right in. And so seniors, access, teens, their own room, kids, their own floor. It's going to be the jewel in the crown.
I hope so.
Yes, it will.
the memo.
Nicole. Well, one folks back.
I think we're going to ask a few more questions of